And we're back with part 6 of Demon Souls. Now you're going to be seeing, what I decided to do is I'm going to go ahead and just speed up all the sections where I'm prepping inside the Nexus. Because, you know, you can already see what's happening on screen. It's nothing like I want to make like the last part, which is like over a freaking hour. So I decided to go ahead and cut it to down to where I'm just go ahead and speed up these sections of the prep stages, and then we go on to the level we need to take care of. So, after that mouthful, just go ahead and get all the souls I need to as I prep for the next stage. Eric, didn't you say you usually just hold on to them until you level up?
Pretty much, I'll hold on to whatever souls until I get close to a level. When I get, like, I'm a few thousand souls away from level or whatever, I'll pause some consumables so I don't have to go into a level to get them.
Yeah, and I totally see the logic behind that. I just like to level up and just do everything all at once myself.
No, I'm not confident enough in myself to not randomly die and lose my souls.
Yeah, oh, no. I mean, when I break them all, I just get them all up, you know what I mean, and bank them. And then I just go ahead and level up as far as I can. But I guess you're right, because any residual or remaining leftovers...
That's what I'm saying. The leftover you might lose.
Yeah, that's true.
And
but
that bothers me on a very deep emotional level.
That's totally fine, because I need to have something to lose. We've already died, what, 3 times by now? Speaking of which, we died at this very same place. What we're going to do here is a little bit more prep before we actually take on any official bosses first. You're going to see me back in the Shrine of Storms. That's because, not because I want revenge on the stupid silver skeletons, even though they're cheap as hell. It's actually because of a couple of things. The bonus souls are nice, but what I'm really looking for is that last time we freed a merchant, I forget what his name is.
Grave Robber Bilge?
Yeah,
Blige?
Grave Robber Bilge or something like that.
I think it's Blige, actually.
Grave Robber Blige. But anyway, he sells some pretty good arrows at an okay price, and we're going to need a lot of arrows for what we're going to do next.
So why are you in the first level? If you go to the second level, he'll be there.
I totally forgot that.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, no, I remember. That's right, because I did want the additional souls. Because I'm going to go ahead, and any souls that I save up is going to help balance out the arrows I'm going to buy from him.
Oh.
Because we're going to go ahead, I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to go slay a dragon. The red dragon, to be more precise. Now, there's, at such an early stage, there's only one real genuine way to kill him. Either you poison him and wait a while, or you repeatedly either soul arrow him or shoot him with arrows. And we're actually going to go with that option. So
you can actually melee him, but it's a huge pain in the ass.
You can melee him, but really...
When he lands on the bridge, do his little run across the bridge, you can actually hit him in the back. Or like
yeah,
his tail
you
or
know,
something.
you're right, but
that's really hard, and you can die really easily.
Yeah, so I died enough already as it is. So we're going to go ahead and go with the last option. And I'm going to need a lot of souls, because... Hold on, let me... While this is... Whoa, can you hear again?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, we had a little technical difficulties. Let's see here. Eric, entertain them while I'm looking this up.
Thanks. Who can do with a little help down these parts?
So...
Sing a song.
Right now he's moving. And, moving. Soul arrow. Something died. Pick something up. Something else. More moving.
Here, I'll bring the screen up for you.
Oh. Now he's triggered the trap, running by it.
Eric, come on.
Well, what? What
All
do I
right,
say?
fine. I'm actually trying to get the official health on this stupid thing.
The official what?
The health. How much we're going up against, because this is going to be interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on a second. He's...
Boletaria.
No, I know that, but I mean, his name is...
Red Dragon? Red Drake? You passed it.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, right now we're just going to go ahead and pick up... Over here, I think I get close to 200. Because, again, I'm not entirely sure exactly how many arrows this is going to take, so this is going to be fun. Now...
Depending on your dexterity and your bow, it will probably take about 200.
Well, that's good, because I wasn't sure when I was doing this, because what I usually did was do the whole crescent... the Flagrant Ring, Crescent, Falcon, and just soul arrow him as soon as he comes down. But I remember what you said. When you said go ahead and just take an arrow to him from the top of that
yeah,
tower.
you're complete. Once you kill the enemies, you're completely safe.
Yeah.
And you pretty much just aim in the same spot and shoot. So it's like, it's no effort. It's just kind of tedious.
And then here's just me getting back out of Shrine of Storms, purposely taking the path where the most enemies are so I can just collect as much souls as I can. If we're going to go ahead and take our time to do this, we just want to make it more worthwhile. So it's a tiny bit of grinding, while it is also a little bit of maintenance. And I found that it was so annoying how these guys just flip around so much. It can be a real wonky inconvenience.
I do remember how before... Well, I had some experiences where they would just roll into me infinitely, and eventually they would break my guard and I couldn't escape and I died.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem with bone wheels in Dark Souls 2. Or Dark Souls 1, my bad.
Maybe Dark Souls 2, I'm not sure.
Who knows, it's not out yet as far as this recording is concerned. But they were just so cheap.
Yeah, if they caught you, unless you had a stupid amount of health, you were pretty much dead.
If you had a stupid amount of health, poise, and shield holding, you were, yeah. You had to really wait until they stopped, which is going to do a ton of damage, but anyway. That does it for our fetch quest, effectively, getting the arrows. Now we're actually going to go ahead and return to the Nexus, hop back into the Boletarian Palace, and then go to the Phalanx's Archstone. So this is me just switching out to our bow. Because remember, I hadn't actually practiced this even in my... I've actually done this even in my practice run, so this is going to be interesting as I did this blind.
Well... Oh, I suppose something that should be mentioned. In this game, arrows actually have weight.
Yeah, your ammo has weight. Your bolts do, which I really don't use... I really don't use... Crossbows. Crossbows.
That's because crossbows suck ass.
Yeah, they do. They have some use in Dark Souls, but here, they're really not worth it. You are easily better off taking the time to...
The only crossbow that matters at all in Dark Souls is the Evelyn.
Yeah. Sometimes the heavy crossbow, but that's for, like, PvP nonsense, so let's not worry about that.
It's pretty much the Evelyn or normal bows.
Evelyn or normal heavy bows.
Yeah. There's, like, no other reason to use anything.
Okay, so... This is generally where Eric was talking about. He would come down here and you would just run and hit his tail, right?
His tail or his feet or something right there.
Yeah, because it's... Yeah. Right now I'm trying to trigger him so he'll move. And then... Yeah, there he is.
Wing beats. Yeah, right there you can hit him. I think maybe it's the tail right there. But yeah, you can hit him as he's going down and scooping his feet. But... Well, that's dangerous. Because if you mistime it and you run under him, he'll run into you. And he's kind of strong.
Yeah. So just go ahead and clear these guys out. I figure what we're going to go ahead and do is just going to go ahead and speed up, extra speed up the section where it's just me hitting this guy with a ton of arrows. It's going to be me doing a couple of experimenting to try and figure out what damage output would probably be the best, since I am trying this out for the first time. This is generally what's going to be. Go ahead and equip our arrows. I actually equipped some of the heavier arrows to see how much damage I can try and put off.
Yeah, I want their arrows too.
So go ahead and, it's either the... I think, yeah, I'd put the light arrows on first. I only have 13 of those. So let's see how many it takes. 1.
I think the best I could ever get here was 3 or 4 arrows per pass.
2. Okay, this is what I brought this information up for. The Red Dragon has 1,340 health. We are doing... I know it's really hard to tell on the screen. It was for me too. But I looked at it. We're doing about 18 to 19 points of damage to him.
Okay.
Per arrow. So let's see here.
If we go with 19.
So it's going to take about... Oh, that can't be right. Oh, no. I'm doing 9 damage to him. My bad. That's a big difference.
Yeah, it is.
That's more like it. Yeah. This is going to take about
149 arrows.
149 arrows. You can see why I especially sped this up.
Yeah.
Oh, just hold on a second. Yay, the joys of live recording and phone calls.
But yeah, it takes quite a few arrows to take the dragon out.
What I eventually start to do here is that at the moment you'll... you do have a zoom option, which is really nice. But what's really annoying here is that it's hard to see the damage output or his health, so you really can't keep track of how much damage you're doing to him.
Well, things that you have to understand too I believe the health value that's given on the wiki is the base health value for a neutral world. If your world is lighter, he has less. If the world is darker, he has more.
Oh, that's true.
So your amounts will vary.
Well, right now, there's actually another reason we're killing the dragon right now. We're killing the dragon specifically at this point because he counts as a boss kill.
Yep, it lightens the world.
It lightens the world. And to get our armor set for the playthrough, we need to
Have
kill
pure white tendency.
Yeah, pure white tendency.
Or pure black, actually.
Oh yeah, that's true. You need
The
to
place
pure
opens up either way, but it's much harder in pure black.
Yeah, so what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna just beat him, take his souls and his itemized soul, and get access to that place. And we're gonna go ahead and get our armor set for the rest of the game.
To be fair, it's pretty much not worth it to kill him in higher difficulty or higher or darker tendencies. There you go. Because even though he'll give you slightly more souls himself, his itemized soul is worth more, and that's constant. So pretty much why waste the extra time and resources?
That, and we would have to wait until after we beat an Archdemon in order to get another chance to get pure white tendency, because the boss of 1-3 cannot be accessed until we've gotten an Archdemon soul.
Right.
So we need a boss to kill, and this red dragon will do it.
He's convenient like that.
Yeah.
Also, if you go back to the first area of this world, now the part the red dragon was guarding is unguarded.
Yes, that's true, and that's also what we're going to be doing. So there's doing a lot of extra stuff that's just really going to benefit us later. So a lot of this stuff in the Souls games, you'll actually realize, is if you can take your time and be patient, you actually get a huge payoff, not only in rewards but survivability.
Pretty much. I think it's kind of hilarious that this is the last time you see the red dragon, even if you don't kill him.
Yeah,
he
that's
is
true.
nowhere else in the game.
He just haunts this walkway.
It's weird. You'd think that if you didn't kill him, he'd show up later, but
Or he would show up back at his nest or something like that.
Pretty much he'll only ever be here, or he'll be back at the one burned up grounds where they hang out in the cliffs. That's the only place you'll ever see the red dragon.
Yeah.
And I guess the blue dragon didn't feel a need to help his friend out.
Okay, here's where I start, zooming in. And what I'm going to do is every time he passes through, I get hit him twice. Once when he comes down, another way he just pulls back up.
You can actually hit him, it was 3 times, because if you have the timing right,
Yeah.
you can shoot an arrow as he's about to enter the screen. It'll hit him, shoot again as he's going, and then kind of aim up and shoot him as he's leaving.
Yeah, that was a possibility, but I wasn't going to go ahead and... Because this thing auto-saves, I wasn't sure. I didn't want to run out of arrows, because I'm not entirely certain how many it's going to take to put this thing down.
Well, to be fair, I also brought in like 400 damn arrows.
Well, that's... Yeah. Well, I only brought 2, Eric, so I need to... I don't know, I just keep shooting and pray that it
The
works.
fastest way to get souls in this game happens to be right after Grave Robber Blige.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's really easy to get arrows. Oh, heavy arrows at least. It's a gargantuan pain in the ass to get rotten arrows. I'm not sure if I mentioned how much I hate the Valley Defilement.
That's going to be a nice, fun place. Stupid hitboxes.
I know. Arrows just there. Oh, to be fair, at least you hit the actual stone and it's not just floating in nothing.
Yeah, those are. I get really pissed off at that. I'm totally cheated out of a shot.
Yeah, it's like, wow, air caught my arrow. What the hell?
That's some. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say something else.
I don't know if there are areas that you can hit the dragon to do more damage, or if his whole body is just similar. Because I know that in Dark Souls, the dragon actually has weaker areas. If you hit him here versus here, you'll do more damage. Not like a gargantuan amount, but I did notice some damage differences where I shot in different places.
Yeah, as a sort of sound point.
Yeah.
That being said, I actually didn't know for a while. I wasn't sure for a while, but the Gaping Dragon in Dark Souls actually does take a little bit more damage if you hit him on his flimsy head.
Oh. It makes sense.
Yeah, it does. A lot of people were saying, though, this really looks like it should be like a weak point or something.
It is, just a very minor weak point.
It is. It's just unfortunately it's very minor. All these Souls games are so mean. They'll give you they'll give you an inch. They give you a quarter inch.
Well, to be fair, once you know how to do them, they're not that bad.
Yeah, that's true. this case in point being this is why I would actually always say that blind playthroughs of the Souls games are very entertaining.
Yeah. Especially with people that don't learn their lessons.
Oh, you're thinking of James, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes. Let's see here. Wow, we got 2.5 more minutes of this.
The dragon takes a while to kill.
Did I mention if you meant to take time? Well, this is the time we're going to take. I am going to speed this up infinitely faster. So, a lot of our stuff will probably...
Be hard to catch.
Might be hard to catch, but you see why.
Oh, this is tedious as hell, but it works.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I mean, watching you melee this thing would be more entertaining, but have fun doing that. I've tried meleeing him, and I did it once, but ugh. And until you get the timing right, more than once I actually just walked into his attack, and that's really great.
Well, because of the time it's going to take to shorten this out, we're actually going to be done by this point.
You have obtained the Demon Soul, a power that is beyond human imagination.
This part was very funny because I had no idea he died because of how obscurely he flies off. So that shocked me. I'm over there waiting for him to fly over. Like, okay, I guess I killed him.
Yeah, if he died... Oh, okay. If he dies, when he runs out of health, he actually continues animation for a little while, then he dies when he's flying off into the sky to the side there.
Yeah, and then he just, like, instead of going
falls.
back up, he just falls down dead.
Yeah. It's, kind of annoying.
Well, anyway, we got his soul. As soon as we leave back to the Nexus, we'll have Pure White tendency, so we're going to jump out and then jump back in. So what I'm thinking we're going to probably do is, if I recall correctly, I go ahead, I leave, and I, once again, see if I can level up as much as I can. Then we go ahead in our quest to get our armor. Okay, back in the Nexus.
Thank goodness.
And take care of what I need to. Because, like you said, all the the arrows weigh and all that other stuff, especially since the armor that we're going to get is extremely heavy, I am going to go ahead and try and lighten my load as much as possible.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what you do for all the Demon Souls. As
Yeah,
opposed to Dark Souls, where you become a walking bank.
Which, to be perfectly honest, was a great improvement.
That's the thing. It's an improvement in terms of, you know, lessening your annoyance, but it doesn't really make sense.
I guess
To
you're
be
right.
fair, RPGs in general have not made sense because, you know, how the hell can I carry, you know, 99 of all this really heavy crap?
How
and
can
doesn't
I
bother me?
carry this sword that's longer than I am? You
Or
know,
use it.
pull it out of my back pocket, and then take out, like, oh, I don't know, a shield that's half my size.
Yeah. RPG storage is
Well, the hammer
different.
space is fun. But they are, and I guess that was what they were going for. It's a sort of strategy with something as simple as your inventory.
Well, it's part of the. It's just all an effort to make it, one, a bit more realistic, I guess, but also two, harder.
Mm.
You can't carry around everything all the time.
Well, like Eric mentioned on another tangent, is that because the dragon is dead. Oops, I totally forgot that I had the bow. I totally forgot that bow equipped there. I need to re-equip my catalyst. But anyway, because the dragon's dead, the area he's guarding is not going to be, well, guarded. And the blue dragon, which is the other one that was just lying there, is not going to be there either. That's important because we didn't get far enough. If you go over there, if you want to like hardball it and run into that nest, the red and blue dragon will be there. The red dragon, who is closer to you, will breathe fire at you, but the blue dragon will smack its tail at you if you get to the very top. So both are very dangerous. But thankfully, the blue dragon is not going to be there either, and we actually won't be seeing him for a while.
I didn't know the blue dragon disappeared.
Yes, he did. Of course, that's how you get all the stuff. If he wasn't,
Well, no, I waited until I killed the blue dragon to get the stuff.
wow, really?
Yes.
Yes, he's gone, dude.
Oh. Didn't know that.
It's just we need. Let me tell you, we need what's over there in that. There's too many too good stuff over in that nest that we can't just overlook. Oh, get a slave shield. This is bogus.
To be fair, if you have good timing, you can actually
Yeah,
it.
you can. Like I said, you can hardball it, but good luck with that. It's kind of like it's about as hit and miss as meleeing the dragon.
Well, if you're willing to do a suicide run, then it's actually pretty simple to do it.
What you would effectively have to do, yeah, is do just that. Maybe just when you have your least amount of souls you have, and just go in there, rush in, rush out, and get yourself. What you have to do is you have to lure him over to where that first bridge was, where all the enemies are. We're coming in from behind on right now. And then when he flies over there, quickly turn around, run all the way back to the nest and grab what you can.
Or you can just, while he's there, run up, try and trigger his flame a little bit and see if you can get out of that, and then, well, run.
So yeah, this is the bridge where that happens. We remember those fond memories. Depending on whether or not Eric feels up to it, Eric decided that as fine as my walkthrough is, it's not as gutsy or risk-taking as Demon Souls should be. So whether or not he feels up to it today, he's going to go ahead and show you how a pro actually plays Demon Souls. So just look forward to that maybe if he gets around to it. Also, since the time of this recording, we'll be doing something special when my sister gets back from college, and all three of us will be doing a little something for the holidays, something we get together finally, and the end of the year.
I could have sworn you just said Hollandaise. Anyways.
Hollandaise?
Hollandaise, the sauce.
What?
Hollandaise sauce.
Hollandaise. What is that?
Good.
Good. Well, yeah, but I don't, okay, fine. It's a sauce. It's like a hot sauce, or
No.
no?
No.
What is it?
No, I can show you later.
You can show me. Well, you can't say it here.
No, it's not bad or anything. I just don't remember.
Okay. So
Like, I can remember what I can kind of remember what it is, but I don't remember how to make
well, I
it.
can understand fumbling over my words, which I do often. I do apologize again, but it would be really unfortunate if I said something.
No, it's not like that.
Anyway, so yeah, we get the whole bunch of stuff. You get
Purple
Itemized
Flame
Souls,
Shield.
which is nice. We get the Purple Flame Shield. This is going to be our shield for the run. So we're like getting a lot of our armament, except for our weapon, which is going to be for not too much farther.
I love
We
that
get-
shield, but I always get it from the Red Eye Knight in front of the tomb.
The Red Eye Knights do have a chance of dropping them, which is okay, but I don't want to depend on that. So since it's right here, I might as well get it. And because of the second item we get the Ring of Great Strength. Now, the Ring of Herculean Strength helps our equip burden. It carries our inventory burden. The Ring of Great Strength increases our equip burden. So it's a really nice trade-off if you ever need to. And we probably are, considering how really heavy this stuff is. Going to have to use that because the Purple Flame Shield is a great shield. It is not the Heater Shield, which is that small one that we have on right now. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Heater Shield is really decent and nice. But depending on if you improve the other great shields, they can be really useful in defensive. Now, I'm not sure how they are in PvP. They probably aren't. I didn't get into PvP until Dark Souls. But another exchange for the great shields is that you don't have parry anymore. You say you have a shield bash. And I don't really see much of a purpose to the shield bash myself. You ever
The
used
shield
it?
the shield bash has pretty high defense crushing capabilities,
Oh, yeah, that's right. And
but it's so slow that it's not really worth it.
yeah, and since you have no poise, that can be very dangerous.
It's very easy to just get trapped.
Yeah. So what we're going to go ahead and do here is that now that we have pure white tendency, you notice over here, this gate is open. And so what's going to happen is that now we can get a couple of goodies that are over here, but when you go into secret areas like this during special events during the tendencies, is you get
Red Phantoms.
red phantoms.
Or Black Phantoms,
Black
actually.
phantoms.
But
Now,
they're always red, so...
yeah. Red phantoms are duplicates of the enemies that they represent.
They're Black Phantoms.
They're black phantoms. They are a little bit stronger and have a little bit more health in the white tendency. In the black tendency, they're just evil. And they pop up in all sorts of places. And depending
I believe they're
on
guaranteed to drop an item, or they have a really high chance of it.
they have a really high chance, is why here.
Okay.
Now, these guys aren't too much of a problem because, I mean, they're red phantoms, but look what they're red phantoms of. They're red phantoms of the dredgelings.
To be fair, since a lot of people kind of just charge up and try and get to this stuff quick, they're actually pretty dangerous because they'll come at you in groups.
Yeah, that's true. These ones in particular, they come in droves. They appear in droves.
And because they're Black Phantoms, they actually do quite a bit of damage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're dredgelings, so they don't do that much damage, but it's well above what their counterparts do. Also,
Okay, you're gonna see me striking the wall here. That's because there is a named enemy on the other side of this wall.
this wall is very thick to prevent this.
Yeah, I was hoping to try and clip, but unfortunately, Executioner Meralda is over here.
You now, wretched traitor to the king.
I don't understand how I'm a traitor. My loyalty is clearly to my temple.
Mercy.
But anyway, she's
running on the belief that anyone that's not with the king is opposed to the king.
Okay, well, anyway, I don't know whether or not because she's an executioner. I'm not sure. I'm not versed on Demon Souls lore, which that was a backstab. But I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure she wasn't very much of a savory person even before the Demon Scourge. But it probably didn't help that she's even more mad than she normally would be.
Yeah, she probably wasn't a very good person beforehand. Now, just being an executioner doesn't make you a bad person, but I'm pretty sure she's always been a little bit insane.
Well, I'm talking story-wise. Executioners typically aren't nice people.
Yeah, story-wise, they're usually not.
I mean, can you think of any stories that have really nice executioners?
No.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, well, in reality, if you're an executioner, kind of a job. Actually, I think what's unfortunate, if I'm correct, since she counts as a... okay. Since she counts as an NPC, I'm pretty sure your world tends to get darker because you killed her.
Yeah, it does. It's so stupid. It's just like with some of the other NPCs. Is that even though they aggro to you just by looking at you, you do get a penalty for it. But that's just fine because what we've achieved already is, well, just opening that gateway to get the armor over here. So we really don't care about the tendency anymore that much.
Now, what's sad is the armor she drops. Now, I'm glad they changed this for Dark Souls. The armor she drops is female exclusive, which makes sense. It's like the second best fire armor in the game, but it's female exclusive.
Yeah.
So if you're a male, you can't have it. Well, you can have it, but you
Okay,
can't use
these
it.
beams suck.
Yep.
You have died.
Case in point. Yes, you have to walk on those beams, and it's very important that I go ahead and risk getting those, risk going on the beams with such unfair hitboxes or wonky hitboxes because there is a colorless demon soul down there. We need that in order to improve our signature, our unique weapon down there.
Yep.
And yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a little montage of me trying to get a hold of that stupid thing.
Yep. I died so much. Also, Crystal Lizard. Anyways.
Yeah, screw the Crystal Lizards too. That's also why I chose the weapon that I did for our main weapon, is because I don't want to have to... I'd rather do this, honestly, as annoying and painful as it is, than hunt those stupid things down.
To be fair, unique weapons are pretty much generally better than non-unique weapons.
That's another
You
thing.
have regained your lost souls.
Keep forgetting I added those. But anyway, that's what keeps... I'm really glad they kind of upped that up in Dark Souls. They give you another plethora of weapon choices. And some
You have died.
Yep.
Yeah.
You cannot skip there. You have to take the lower one.
Yeah, that was
Actually,
me just...
I think the cat ring might save you.
That was official thinking. The cat ring may, but I didn't get it yet. There, you have to go somewhere else, and I'm trying to get this as soon as possible.
That's in 5.2?
Yes.
Okay.
It's also in... That's another thing, too, is that as small as the inventory options are in Demon Souls compared to Dark Souls, there's a lot of duplicates you can get. Like, I can think of 3 or 4 ways to get the Regenerator's Ring alone.
Yeah.
So I'm debating whether or not to just leave the souls and try and... because here's what you could do.
You have regained your lost souls.
Now, what you can do is, because your souls stay, or the imprint stays like a couple of seconds before you actually died, what I was trying to do was, you could quickly, like, rush this whole thing and try and get it. So if you ever want to give up on it, your souls will be on that ledge, so you don't have to go out and worry about getting back in. But anyway, I make it down to this point. Now, our armor is down there, so there's just so many good things that we can have gotten already just by taking the extra time to do what we need to beat the dragon, to get the arrows, to beat the dragon.
Yep.
Yeah.
You might want to give up the souls, because you left them on a very, very awkward area.
I was thinking about doing that, but Eric, bless me, I couldn't do it. It was bad enough. I felt bad enough that I died.
You have regained your lost souls.
What's really sad is you're dying because of platforming.
Well, yeah, I know, but that's just to show you. I mean, they put this platforming section here.
You have died.
They put this platforming section here in a game that's not meant for platforming.
Yeah, this is a bit annoying, especially since your characters have a tendency to hit like the edge and slide off.
I mean, look how wonky the hitboxes are.
Yep.
Look, I mean, my right foot, now my left foot, is standing on air.
You
Yeah,
have
the hitbox
regained
is
your
not level.
lost souls.
Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the one. Our death counter is up to 6 now. Oh my gosh,
Quite a few of those are from falling.
half of those are from falling. This should not be okay. They make it down to this beam, and we could call this nightmare over.
You know, you could have just climbed down.
I
I realize
no.
it takes a long time.
Well, no, I could have climbed down. I had to get my souls back.
No, I'm saying when you're trying to do the... Oh, you had to get your souls back, okay.
Yes. So we had the Blanchwood armor. This is arguably the best set armor in the
Brushwood.
game. Brushwood armor. I said Blanchwood, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
All right, Brushwood armor. That one I will call myself on, just naming it wrong. Arguably the best armor in the game. I'm pretty sure there are other people who disagree with me. Again, this is talking from PvE standpoint, not PvP. It's a very durable armor set. Gives us a ton of defense.
And it has the highest fire defense,
It has the highest fire defense.
which makes it almost unique because there's like a handful of things in this game that affect fire defense.
And there's going to be incredible uses for it in the next area that we're going to head to. We finally head to the Fangstone Tunnel.
Oh, the Stonefang Mines?
Stonefang, yes. Finally head there to the Stonefang Mines.
Yeah, that place is,
Well, it's filled with fire enemies. And enemies who do fire damage.
the Stonefang Mines is actually, even if you don't have fire resistance, it's
What?
actually a pretty good place for magic users because, like, everything there is weak to magic.
And piercing weapons if you have them.
And
You have regained your body. Bring more souls, Slayer of Demons.
And that's also why I wanted to wait on using the Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. Is because I know how many times I was going to die. Clearly, I would have wasted 4 Ephemeral Eyes if I actually went ahead and regained my body. But that's going to be it for the part, and we'll see you guys next time we head to Area 2.